Hello, viewers. Welcome to My Startup TV Founder Talk. And today we have a special guest to mark the day of World Menstrual Hygiene Day. And we have our guest from our neighboring country, from the land of peace, from the land of scenic beauty, and most importantly, from the land of happiness. Hi, Pema. Welcome to My Startup TV.
Hello la. Kuzuzangpo, everyone. I'm Pema Chuzumla. Namaste.
So, Pema Chozom is the founder of Chechay Sanitary Pads. And my first question to begin with would be, Pema, what does Chechay means?
Lots of people they ask what literally chichi means. In our term, chichi means it means tenderness and softness, especially that is dedicated to our young girls and women who are very soft by its nature. Here, most of the people like they call chichi means it's some kind of love and affection, and same like that during our periods we take care of ourselves like parents taking care of the child. So in that sense we kept name as Cheche. At least for a week we keep ourselves so concerned, like maybe our period will come out, that kind of notion we have. So that's where we derive name as Cheche, which symbolize tenderness and softness.
Wow, wow. I really like the symbolism and the way, it has connected with the sanitary product. It is really amazing. So, Pema, when did you start with Chechay Sanitary Pads?
That was actually I'm quite interested in this line because during my college days I studied at Tamil Nadu, which is a southern part of India. So during that time I found that importing sanitary pads are quite expensive in the developing countries. So for this I was quite interested, but since we are in the college we have to do lots of assignment project work, so that's how it ended up. And but after that, coming back to Bhutan in 2014, my younger sister, she was of course it's not her delivery time, but she had a lower abdomen pain, and then we went to hospital. And it was in the middle of night, all nearby shops were closed, and she was admitted in the hospital. And out of sudden she started to bleed, and one of the sisters she called me to get a sanitary pads, and we forgot to take at that time. And for me I really realized that how important is that tiny piece, especially for
Right.
girls and women like us. And that gave me a more foundation, how important is that tiny piece. Of course it's a very small, tiny piece, but that really mattered for us. And I must say from that journey I started to to go and to do more research on that field. And that's how I started to venture into an entrepreneurial journey.
So, this was back in 2014. And
Yes.
before 2014, when you were growing up, maybe in your, in the generation of your mothers, grandmothers, what was what was about the whole scene in this segment? I mean, were the sanitary napkins? Were women more aware about it as growing young girls, teenage girls? Were you guys more aware about the hygiene and the sanitary pads and periods?
Okay. Well, coming to this point, during my school days, we are not really assessed with the sanitary pads, and most of us, we are ashamed to talk about these things. Especially, even in our family, we are reluctant to talk, and still we think, in a like we are ashamed to openly talk about that things. And during my school days, my mom, she used to give a small tiny piece where we have been using that one. Even my sisters, they have been using that one small tiny piece, washing that tiny piece, and we still feel reluctant to dry, under sun. That's what we have been practicing. And I just came to know later part, well, other people using sanitary pads, how it is very easily, where the time, there's less time, where we don't have to take this sanitary pads and then wash, nothing like that. But while using sanitary pad, firstly, it's more convenience. Wherever we go, we can directly, we can take out and at any
Mm.
time. And it's more comfortable, portable, everywhere we go with the sanitary pads. And that's where I started to use sanitary pads. I think till my 12th grade I've been using tiny piece of clothes.
Cloth. Yeah.
Yes.
And when you were in India, as you got the inspiration, you saw the price of sanitary napkins. But did you also seek inspiration of making the sanitary pads, the technology, and everything from India? Did you get the help, any kind of help from India?
But to be frank, like I was really inspired, like after knowing the fact, when I came to know about the incident with my sister, younger sister. Since while going through and doing lots of research, I found that so far in Bhutan, there's no such manufacturing of sanitary pads. I thought, as a woman, I should really focus on this, mostly into sanitation and hygiene, and coming up forward, creating awareness and advocacy related with sanitation and hygiene, talking more and normalizing the period. That's where I thought I really need to work on this line. And that's where I started this venture, and that's what I did so far.
So, how has been the journey? Has young girls accepted the product? And when you are talking openly about periods and sanitation and hygiene related to periods, is it being accepted? Is it being welcomed?
Well, about this, before, lots of girls and women are very ashamed to talk about those things. But now, especially women and girls are coming forward, because we are going to schools, nunnery center, creating awareness, coming forward, letting them to talk. And we say that period, it's a biological process, it's natural, it's nothing to be ashamed about this. And letting, like before, lots of girls, they still feel ashamed, like wrapping their pads in the newspaper, something like that, in the plastic, with that black plastic, something where they have been using. But now, especially in city, women are very open now. But still at the rural places, they still feel ashamed to talk. That's a thing. But I think women are coming forward, slowly adopting that one, and even men coming forward. It's a very good sign that men are coming forward.
So, where is the main concentration of your clients? Is it more in the city area or in the rural area? How is your clientele distributed?
For us, normally, like those who can't afford, we have segmented our products. One is premium sanitary pads, where it's a bit expensive, but well, another one is very low cost. So we have segregated two things. And those who can't purchase, some people, like some organization like CSOs and NGOs, they directly procure from us, and we give donation to some of the needy girls and women in the rural communities. And where some they directly purchased from shops, and some they directly come to our organization, and that's where they do. And mostly our products are sent to schools and nunnery centers and pharmacies. But still, we have big challenges because of the imported sanitary pads. Since first of all, the rates are even lower than us, and that
Oh.
is one of the bit competing and challenging for us.
Is it? I mean, how is that your sanitary pads are much more in cost, and the imported sanitary pads are much lower in cost? Is it because of the technology, the raw material? What is causing this whole gap?
First of all, like example, if I cite like one example, like Steve Free Whisper, those are the very renowned brand where they have been using those products for since a decade, and people they love that products because they are
Right.
adopted and used to with those things. Well, for us, since Chechay Sanitary Pad is just 2 years old, people still feel reluctant to use. They think whether this is certified or not, that kind of notion they are having. But still we keep on advocating that our products are standardized, like here in Bhutan it's standard, in India it's ISO certified, whereas here in Bhutan we it's like Bhutan Standard Bureau, where they certify our products, where we already have that thing. And slowly people are adopting with our products, but they are mostly adopted with the imported ones.
Right.
It's hard to change their mindset. That things are happening, but I think in the long run people will love our product, is what
Yes,
I'm
yes,
expecting.
definitely. Definitely. Homegrown will always be accepted. So, how is the ecosystem of startups in Bhutan? Are there many other ecosystem, be it in your segment of sanitary products or maybe in other segment, in other domain? How is the ecosystem there?
They don't know what really startup means, what really entrepreneurs really means. Now after slowly we are picking up Bhutan now. Our there are lots of under Ministry of Economic Affairs, there's one department which looks after Department of Cottage and Small Industry. Now with this, we are getting lots of support now, lots of young youths coming forward, and where they have brilliant ideas. They are coming forward, where government are also supporting them. Now because of this, now ecosystems are coming up, the policies are changing slightly, and where now entrepreneurs are coming forward and injecting their ideas into this business. And even now government, they have started incubation center. There's a Before there was one private incubation center known as iHub Bhutan. Now government, they also have started one incubation center. So now every startup, they can use that space for the term period of 2 years. Not only this, government are helping with the procurement of small machineries, linking up us with the other countries, letting us to go and meet other entrepreneurs. For instance, for me, I have I got an opportunity to visit Nepal on this coming 10th, and then next July uh, uh, to Delhi, and then in the month of September to USA. So this kind of opportunity we are getting, and we should really thank to our government for supporting and letting entrepreneurs to grow up.
Pema, tell me something. In Bhutan, how are women entrepreneurs perceived? Is it a happy journey? Is it a bumpy journey? Being a woman entrepreneur, how it has been till now?
As a woman here in Bhutan, there's no discrimination. We can equally work like a man at any time. If she is really interested, she can work at any time. So there's no discrimination. Government are even supporting women more than men, to be frank, because our government, they want women to come forward, to be more independent, and whatever help we require to government, they are really supporting us. So there's no issue for us, other than those married women, they have slight timing issues, where they can't adjust. That kind of things are happening. Other than that, there's no other discrimination in the society or at any time. Like for instance, if I want to work at late night, there's no issue. I can work and I can come at any anytime. There's no like everything is very secured, so we don't have to worry about that things.
And what kind of campaigns you have been running to promote and talk about Chechay sanitary pads?
Yeah, like before I start my this journey, I started giving free sample, giving free sample to schools, going to schools. Like this is where my upcoming project, and I led them to use my product to get feedback from them. Not only this, I also went to that army welfare. Like there are lots of army
Right,
wives, right,
right,
and police, going there, and I lead them to use our products. Not only this, I also lead them to, like, if they are interested, I said like a group of women can come forward, they can do marketing, and that's where they can even getting small amount where they can also sustain themselves. Not depending too much on their husband is also not really good, isn't
right,
it?
right. So, are you employing women as your employers or in your factory? Also trying to give them a support system, economical independence.
In my organization, I do have 10 staffs. So out of 10, three are from Dakso Vocational Institute, which means it's a disable like people where they can't work properly, so
Right.
where they can't speak. That kind of I have recruited. So those three are all disabled, I must say. So I included them, and I thought as a woman we should support each other. Of course,
Definitely.
when it comes to work, there are lots of challenges. They can't compete with other women. Like when other can fold sanitary pads around 1,000, they are not even able to fold 200. But I thought,
Hmm.
as a woman, like I mentioned, we should grow together. So I have given equal opportunity to them, and I led them to work, even they are disabled also. So I am letting them to work, and in my organization, like 8 of them are women and 2 of them are men, and those two are also technical. I love to employ that women, but when it comes to like uplifting their big challenges, that's where I recruited men in
Right.
technology
Right.
to run the operation.
Right. And I was going through your Insta page. I saw a lot of kids. You have engaged with a lot of school kids. I saw that you have engagement in monasteries.
True.
So tell us something about that.
Yes, when like those are nunneries. So I visit to nunnery center, and I advocate about how to be more hygienic, how to use sanitary pads, when to use, how to be more hygienic. So I need them to come forward and then talk about that how like periods are happening, what are the challenges they are going through, and what things they really need, and to during periods to have a separate the toilet washroom is very key factor. So they should have that kind of access with water, so where they can live very clean, neat and clean. So that kind of things I'm advocating them during visiting their organization. And not only this, in the schools, and some of the most I go to mostly I go to that communities where there are larger people, like a group of women.
And tell us something about your, upcoming visit to Nepal as well as in India in Delhi. What will be your motive? What will be you aiming to, and what kind of people you will be meeting here?
Well, coming to Nepal for this is initiated by ISIMOT. So it's funded by ISIMOT. And those, I think around 10 of us coming are joining their event. So all are women. So ISIMOT, they are really focusing on the women entrepreneurs, where they really want us to grow and build the ecosystem. So for me, since I belong with that kind of sanitation and hygiene, so I want to align those people. If it's in the same line, I want to learn from them. I want to exchange my knowledge, how we can collaborate. That things I want to know from them. And well, in Delhi, since we are startup, so they are helping us in terms of packaging. So I need to improve my packaging. The packaging really matters. So what kind of packaging I really require, those things we want to learn from them. That's the reason I'm coming there. And well, for USA, it's where we also want to explore, outside Bhutan, building like ecosystem with the other entrepreneurs, how they are able to sustain those things. And I think we can exchange our knowledge while coming back. I can also share these things to the other stakeholders and to the upcoming young entrepreneurs. So these are the things I really want to learn from other restaurants.
And from the time you started till now, have you seen, is there, are more people coming into this segment? Are they also trying to open more business like yours?
I'm the only one into production of sanitary pads here in Bhutan. So it was launched in 2020 by Prime Minister of Bhutan, Dr. Lote Sring. And as of today, it's just 2 years old. And of course, there's another lady. She is into reusable one, that washable one. She is into that field, and I'm into sanitary, the purely into sanitary pads.
Sanitary pad.
So I have no idea, but I think lots of people, they are interested to come up with that kind of things.
Thank you so much, Pema. It was wonderful talking to you and understanding the whole ecosystem of startups in Bhutan, and mainly the whole, setup of people working there, and segment of sanitary pads and sanitary hygiene there. Thank you so much for talking with us, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.